Blizzard might just have detected fun again and done something about it, because one of the most convenient toys in the game just got changed, and has been changed multiple times. Today, we're going to dive into the story of the personal key to the Arcantina and its whole history in Midnight, which is just 1 week old. So let's dive into it and see what they've done to it. When we started playing the game, the key to the Arcantina got really fastly known as the um, Hearthstone to Silvermoon because it used to have 90 seconds cooldown only, and it took you to the Arcantina, and then when you left this portal, it took you to Silvermoon. Now it is a 15-minute cooldown, and it does the exact same thing, but the item has a lot deeper story than that, so let's take a look at it. So let's, like I said at the start, it used to be 90 seconds cooldown. Then you just teleport to Arcantina with the toy, which is gives you a loading screen. And then you enter the toy or enter the portal in the hub, and it takes you to Silvermoon. And then you get another loading screen, and then you're here, which was insane. 90 seconds for a Hearthstone to Silvermoon or to the main hub of the new expansion is crazy. And it meant you could use the Hearthstone anywhere else you wanted, so that you had kind of two Hearthstones. So what did Blizzard do? Let's take a look at it. Blizzard came with a change. Let's see what that change was. They made it so that the portal from the Arcantina now returned you to your saved location rather than Silvermoon. That meant if you, let's say, were out in Eversong Woods questing or any other zone, and then you used the toy and you left for the portal, you would be taken back to that exact location and not to Silvermoon. So you couldn't use it as a Silvermoon Hearthstone anymore. That is until some clever players found out that this was actually a huge buff. Because what this meant was that you could queue to any follower dungeon you wanted, and then once you were in the follower dungeon, you could use the toy to go to the Arcantina. Then you could leave your follower dungeon party or instance group, and then you could leave through the Arcantina portal, and you would be transported to the entrance of that dungeon. So when Blizzard tried to fix this being a Hearthstone to Silvermoon on a 90-second cooldown, it actually became a teleportation device to every dungeon entrance on a 90-second cooldown. Now let's think what that actually means. That means you could teleport to Murder Row, which would be a Hearthstone to Silvermoon. So it had the old functionality, but it had so much more. Let's say you wanted to go down here to do some quests. You could just use the Windrunner Spire dungeon, follower dungeon. You would be here. Let's say you wanted to do something in Harrendar. You could just use, for example, the Blinding Veil dungeon, and then you would be here. You get what I mean. So when they tried to remove the fun from the game, they actually added a lot more fun. Now, in good old Blizzard fashion, they could not live with this. So what they did, which is not in these patch notes, I haven't been able to find it in patch notes, but what they did is shown here on Wowhead. They made it so that it takes you to Silvermoon again, which is what I just showed you in game earlier. When you use this and go through the portal, you now end up at Silvermoon, and they increased the cooldown to 15 minutes. So Blizzard decided that we were allowed to have a little bit of fun. So it's still a really must-have toy because it's a 15-minute Silvermoon Hearthstone, and the power of that is that you can bind your Hearthstone to anywhere you want, and then you have kind of like two Hearthstones. I just wanted to quickly go over the interesting story of the personal key to the Arcantina and what Blizzard has done, how Blizzard tried to combat what players were figuring out, how players actually found out that they made it even better, and then them nerfing it again. Do you think changes like these are good? Or do you think fun stuff like a Hearthstone to the non-game breaking stuff should be left in the game? Like teleporting to Silvermoon on a 90-second cooldown is not going to break the game. You can't one-shot bosses with it or anything like that. Do you think that should be left in the game, or should Blizzard nerf them because they are clearly really, really powerful? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the topic. And if you enjoy videos like these, small quick tips, tricks, or looking at the history of items or the history of the game, make sure to hit the subscribe button. It is completely free to do to my channel, and it would help me out a lot as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video.